Here we go, more talking about dogs. So one of the things that people do without realizing it, or with realizing it, is get angry at their dogs. Now, don't get me wrong, we all get angry at our dogs at some point. That is human nature. It's okay. You're not a horrible person. I'm not a horrible person. It's what we do with that anger that matters. There are times when I'm angry enough that I put my dog in a room or a crate and I get some quiet time because I need it. And that's okay. But one thing to remember is you don't want to yell at your dog. The reason is not some moral, it's bad to yell at dogs. The reason is very practical. You ever walk down the street and maybe there's somebody talking to themselves and sort of shuffling, and you probably, even if you don't want to, you probably give them a little bit of a wider berth because they're acting unusually. And what that means is that we can't predict their behavior. Things you can't predict are not great. So what we do is we sort of avoid those people unless we are in a safe place and we are specifically going out to talk to them or whatever we're doing. But oftentimes we avoid. Now, dogs don't feel anger the same way we do. They have a big flash of frustration and maybe even a dog fight, and then they let it go. So when we have that anger, that sustained frustration, we're getting angry and yelling at the dog, what they do is they say, since they can't relate it to something of their own, they go, "You are crazy and acting unpredictably. So we had better just avoid you or just please you and pretend like everything is okay." They don't take that and use it. If somebody grabs you on the street and says, "Watch out, there's dragons down the road," you don't take that information and remember it for later. Well, unless you're going to avoid that person. But you don't actually think to yourself, "Oh, there's dragons down the road, so we'd better avoid it." No. We go, okay, and agree with them for the moment, and then we leave. The same is true of our dogs. When we get angry and we start yelling at them, or just get so furious you can somehow tell, they go, "Okay, appease the crazy human because we don't know what to expect." And then they don't remember that for later. So the next time you're getting angry at your dog, it happens to all of us. Don't get worried. Put your dog somewhere where you don't have to be around them. Or heck, go out and sit in your car for a minute and take a few deep breaths before you go handle whatever it is that needs to be handled.